Hi, everyone. Welcome to drowningispreventable.org. We at Collins Hope are really excited to bring you all of these water safety lessons for kids, and we hope you're as excited to use it as we are. So in this video, we're going to walk through the website and show you some ways that you can use it and how you can access the things that you might be interested in. If at any point you have any questions, you can always scroll down the bottom of the website to the bottom of the website, click on Contact. You're going to have this form. You can ask us any question that you have, or you can always email us at curriculum@collinshope.org too. So let's go ahead and get started. Water Safety with Colin and Friends is intended to teach young kids about safer behaviors around all kinds of water. Open water, closed water, that means pools and bathtubs, anything you can think of. And ideally, it would be adults and older kids teaching younger kids. So the lessons themselves are for kids that are about ages 3, which is like preschool, through about 6 or 7, which is about first grade. And so they were also developed with some state educational standards in mind. So you might want to go through and kind of see what could work for you or what might line up with you if that's something that you need to do. But again, you can always contact us and ask us about each of the lessons and we can help you out. So to use Water Safety with Colin and Friends, you have a couple of options. First of all, it is available in English and Spanish. If at any point throughout the website you need to access a different language, you can toggle between English and Spanish on every page, just like this. The other thing that you're going to have that's probably really helpful for you is this resources page. So we're going to talk a little bit about these manuals as we go through the 4 sort of user hubs, but these are all available here for you to print. And then many of the activities and certificates and the certificate is available on this website or on this web page as well. And then we have some links to some other things that you might be interested in. So your language and your resources hubs probably have much of what you need. And then this tab here is all of the lessons. So we're going to touch base, or we're going to go over this in a second. But first, let's start off with the homepage and the 4 user groups. So in an ideal world, if you landed at drowningispreventable.org, we want you to be able to identify yourself with one of these 4 user groups. However, if you look at this and say, I don't think this is for me, send us a message. We'll help and we'll kind of guide you through what might be the most appropriate depending on what your end goal is. So have no fear. If you're here, this website is for you to teach young kids, regardless of if you identify again with one of these hubs or not. So we have hubs for teachers, and that can be public school or private school or homeschool, any kind of school setting where you have lots of kids in a group. We have a parents and caregivers tab, which is for parents, babysitters, and nannies. When we say parents and caregivers, we're really thinking about adults caring for young kids in a home setting. And then we have swim schools for swim schools and swim instructors. So if you are a swim instructor and you have your own business or you work for like a mobile swim company, that is also appropriate for you. It's really people who are teaching swimming lessons. And then we have camps, and camps are the camp owners and directors or the camp counselors. In essence, if you're a week-long camp or a summer camp and you have the ability of creating your own lesson plans, that's for you. So when you get to this website, you can click on one of the 4 user groups, or if you need a refresher, you can scroll down and we have a whole how it works section right here on the homepage. And it just walks you through some really basic steps, or you can keep watching this video. Then you can select your user group, or you can select your lesson, but I want to focus on this first, that way you just get an idea of what's here. So let's say that you are a parent, a nanny, a babysitter, and you're wanting to teach water safety lessons at home. You can come here and you can use the interactive curriculum, or you can print and teach the lessons in person or, sitting together. And so you would, if you wanted to print and teach, you can click on the manual, you can download this manual, and it'll have lots of things for you to be able to go through with the kids in your house. And we have a water safety checklist. This is about learning about water safety, talking about it, practicing it, and preventing it. And then we have a certificate, because which kids don't love certificates? I know, I'm a big fan. And if you wanted to, you can also view the interactive curriculum. Then if you are a teacher or a swim school, I'm going to do swim schools because I think the teachers in camp sort of have this option too. If you are teaching this in any setting that is like a classroom or a camp, you can go to your user group and you're also going to have a manual. So there is one for every user group. The swim school manual is the most comprehensive because this is intended for people who might get whatever materials they print wet, or they might get messy. Maybe you're teaching outside. So you can print every single lesson, every single activity, every single large icon here. It's all one large document. You'll see it's 33 pages. Then it also has these large icons. If you print this and laminate each of the pages and activities, you're golden, because you can just do what you would normally do with your swim lessons, which is have all your laminated materials poolside and talk about each of these safer behaviors around water. And then, like I mentioned, if you're a teacher or a camp, you have that same ability with the resource manual. It's the same kind of idea where you could print this, use it in your classroom. You can teach with the scripts. You yourself as an adult don't have to know very much about water safety to be able to teach it, because we provide everything for you. So that's the printable manuals, and we want to make sure that you know how to access those. And then we have the interactive curriculum, which personally for me, that's my favorite part of this website. You can view all of the lessons here. We have an overall lesson that goes through all of the behaviors all at one time. It's really a good, like I said, introductory lesson. You just slowly introducing all of these different concepts to kids. And then every lesson after that one is each of the concepts that you introduced through the whole hand rules, but in detail. So we focus on each of these for a few minutes through the curriculum. And I will say that if you are doing some lesson plans and you're trying to figure out which parts you want to use, you don't have to use all of it if you can't use all of it, if it just doesn't fit for what you're doing. If you're only going to do one, of course, we recommend the whole hand rules because it's all comprehensive, but you can really choose to only teach a couple of lessons that you think are the most appropriate for your group. So I think this is a great example for maybe like a swim school or swim instructor. Maybe you have your safety topics already picked out and you just want to choose a few that really fit with what you already have. That's totally fine. These are meant to be used individually or together. So if you go to view a lesson, again, you have a downloadable piece. Each lesson has its own little set of downloadables. So you can print your whole hand rules chart and your large teaching icons and your scripts, your teaching script, if you're going to be teaching in person, or you can use the interactive curriculum. And this is my favorite. So you can select begin. You can walk through the lesson. Every lesson's going to have objectives. It's going to have a really cool video. The whole hand rules, it's introductory, so it's 7 minutes, but all the others are about 1.5 to 2.5 minutes. You're going to have questions to answer, and we give you little hints and tips. So if you look at these little fellas here, or all of these little friends here, they are going to help you select the right answers. And you can't really move on to the next questions if you don't select the right answer. So either way, whether, again, you know about water safety or not yourself as the adult that's guiding kids in this, the website is going to walk you through it and really make sure that you are getting the things correct. So no worries on that end. After you finish, one of the things that Collins Hope finds really important in our work is that we evaluate everything that we do. And so if you would be so kind as to fill out these forms to get your printable certificate, this will really help us navigate whether any particular lessons are just not doing the job we intend them to do, or verify that actually they are doing a really great job. And that's how we will get that information, is if you fill out the form. And then after every lesson, you get a downloadable certificate. And so every kid or every class can have their name on a certificate like the ones we showed you in the printable manuals, because it's fun. And, everybody wants to celebrate things that they learn. So we hope that you enjoy the water safety lessons. Again, if you have any questions, use that contact form. You can always access the interactive or downloadables at any time. This website is free and available to use now. And then you also have it in English and Spanish. So we hope you enjoy your time on the website. Thank you for all that you do to share water safety with your community, and have the best day ever.